Something terrifying is happening deep in the universe. And astronomers weren't prepared for it. A black hole discovered by scientists appears to be growing faster than the laws of physics should allow. Not slightly faster. Not by accident. Massively faster. So fast that researchers immediately realized something was deeply wrong with current models of the universe. Because according to everything humanity understands about black holes, this object should not exist. And yet, there it was. Hidden in the ancient universe. Burning brighter than entire galaxies. Feeding at impossible speeds. Almost like the early cosmos operated under completely different rules. And now scientists are quietly asking a terrifying question. What if black holes are far more dangerous, and far more important, than humanity ever imagined? Intro build-up. For most of human history, black holes existed only in theory. Invisible monsters predicted by mathematics. Regions of space so dense that nothing could escape them. Not even light. Then eventually, astronomers started finding them everywhere. Small ones. Massive ones. Even supermassive black holes hiding at the centers of galaxies. Including our own Milky Way. At first, scientists believed they understood the process. Stars collapse. Gravity takes over. A black hole forms. Over billions of years it slowly grows larger by consuming surrounding matter. Simple. Predictable. Controlled. But recently, the James Webb Space Telescope started revealing something terrifying. Some black holes in the early universe already appear enormous. Far too enormous. Objects that should have required billions of years to form somehow existed only a few 100 million years after the Big Bang. That discovery alone was disturbing. But then things became much worse. The impossible discovery. Astronomers studying a distant quasar recently identified a supermassive black hole consuming material at nearly 13 times the accepted theoretical growth limit. To understand why that matters, you need to understand something called the Eddington limit. Think of it like a cosmic safety mechanism. As black holes feed, they release enormous amounts of radiation. Eventually that radiation should become so intense that it pushes matter away. Basically, the black hole should choke itself. That's the rule. That's how physics says the universe works. But this black hole ignored the rule completely. It kept feeding anyway. At impossible speeds. As if the universe itself temporarily stopped obeying known physics. And suddenly astronomers faced a horrifying possibility. Maybe the early universe operated under conditions humanity still cannot explain. Or worse, maybe black holes themselves behave differently than our equations predict. Because if one black hole can break the rules, others might too. The deeper fear, and this is where the story becomes truly unsettling. Because scientists aren't just finding one impossible black hole. They're finding patterns. Again and again. Webb keeps discovering ancient quasars that already look mature. Fully developed. Almost evolved. Like cosmic history moved much faster than expected. And every new discovery creates another problem for modern cosmology. Because black holes aren't supposed to grow this quickly. There simply wasn't enough time after the Big Bang. Not enough stars. Not enough matter. Not enough energy. Yet somehow, these monsters already existed. And some researchers are beginning to suspect something terrifying. What if supermassive black holes formed first? Before galaxies. Before stars. Before the structures we thought came earlier. That idea completely reverses humanity's understanding of cosmic evolution. And once you realize that, the universe starts looking very different. The jets then astronomers noticed another impossible detail. This black hole wasn't only feeding at absurd speeds. It was also launching gigantic plasma jets across space simultaneously. Violent streams of energy extending for enormous distances. Powerful enough to reshape entire regions of the cosmos. That combination shouldn't happen. At least not according to standard models. Yet somehow, it did. The black hole remained stable while consuming unimaginable amounts of matter and blasting radiation into surrounding space at the same time. Scientists described the discovery as shocking. But online, people started reacting differently. Because suddenly black holes no longer felt like distant astronomical objects. They felt active. Aggressive. Almost alive. Another revealed then another terrifying discovery appeared. NASA researchers observed a dormant black hole suddenly waking up after remaining silent for nearly 100 million years. Imagine that. A giant invisible object drifting quietly through space for millions of years. No activity. No warning signs. Then suddenly, it erupts. Radiation floods outward. The black hole becomes active again. And scientists still don't fully understand what triggered it. That discovery disturbed people for one reason above all others. Because the universe may contain billions of dormant black holes. Silent. Invisible. Waiting. And if something unknown can reactivate them, then space itself may be far more unstable than humanity realizes. The sideways black hole, but somehow the discoveries kept getting stranger. Astronomers recently identified a black hole spinning sideways relative to its surrounding galaxy. That sounds small. But it's another major problem. Because over time, black holes should gradually align with the structures around them. This one didn't. Its orientation looked chaotic. Almost violent. As if some enormous force disturbed it long ago. Again, another broken prediction. Another object refusing to behave normally. Another reminder that the deeper scientists study black holes, the less predictable they become. The terrifying theory, and eventually, some researchers began discussing ideas once considered extreme. What if black holes are not just objects inside the universe? What if they are fundamental components of reality itself? Because black holes already break modern physics. Inside them, known laws collapse. Space bends infinitely. Time stops behaving normally. Mathematics fails completely. Human understanding effectively ends at the event horizon. And some physicists believe that may not be accidental. There are theories suggesting black holes could connect to entirely different regions of spacetime. Others propose they may contain hidden information structures beyond current physics. Some even speculate they could give birth to new universes. That sounds unbelievable. But so did galaxies appearing too early in cosmic history. So did black holes growing beyond theoretical limits. Yet now those discoveries are real. And suddenly, ideas once dismissed as impossible no longer feel completely insane. Existential turn now. Imagine humanity 10 years from now. The James Webb Telescope continues scanning deeper into the universe. More ancient black holes appear. More impossible quasars emerge. More cosmic rules begin breaking. At what point do scientists finally admit current models are incomplete? Because that moment may already be approaching. And honestly, that realization terrifies people for a reason. Human civilization depends on the belief that reality is understandable, predictable, logical. But black holes represent the exact opposite. Places where certainty dies. Regions where human knowledge collapses completely. And the more we study them, the more reality itself starts feeling unstable. Almost unfinished. Final reveal. Maybe that's why these discoveries feel so disturbing. Not because black holes are dangerous, but because they expose how little humanity actually understands about existence itself. For decades, humans believed science was slowly solving the universe. Piece by piece. Mystery by mystery. But now? The deeper we look into space, the stranger reality becomes. Ancient black holes appearing too early. Objects growing beyond theoretical limits. Invisible monsters shaping galaxies across billions of light years. And somewhere in that darkness, physics itself begins to fail. Because black holes are no longer behaving like simple cosmic accidents. They look ancient. Foundational. Almost like they were woven into the structure of the universe from the very beginning. And if that's true, then humanity may not just be discovering black holes. We may be discovering the hidden architecture of reality itself. And honestly, that possibility